Hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming back for another episode. Today is such a great day, y'all. Like, God is so good. I am feeling 100% myself today. It's just a great day. It is such a great day. My husband is about to come home from work. He's going to bring us some firecracker chicken from Payway, literally my favorite. And I got great news to finally update you all with. As you know, I did not post an episode last weekend. I'm sorry. I know. Forgive me. I was just running myself ragged. We had a girl put in her 2 weeks notice. So I have just been by myself at work. I've been running really late nights. I've come home. I'm still handling my Twitch streaming and making it to affiliated there, along with just kind of trying to rest my ankle. So I have been just so busy, and I was just burnt out come Friday when it was time for me to record. And I was just like, you know what? My body just needs a break. My eyes need to finally take a break from not staring at a screen. So yeah, thank you all for understanding that there was no episode last weekend, but there is definitely going to be an episode today. I recorded one yesterday. I was not feeling it. I was just not feeling it. I wasn't feeling 100 myself. I was still lagging after such another yet ragged weekend or week of working, not weekend, week of working. So I was like, you know what? No, we're gonna run it back. We're gonna re-record this episode because y'all deserve to hear a more peppy, cheerful Sierra. And so I'm like, that's exactly what y'all deserve, and that's what y'all are gonna get. Um, Big freaking update on my ankle, because if you have been listening to these last few episodes, you know my dog ran away a few months ago. I went and chased after him, even though my husband was like, no, don't do it. I got it. But mama bear mode kicked in. I thought I was going to lose my little fur baby. So off I went. Down a hill I ran. And the ligaments that I tore. So I went to my orthopedic surgeon yesterday, and I was so mentally prepared to have him tell me I was going to have surgery, just because that's what my PA had, told me to do. He was just like, be mentally prepared that surgery is where we're going to lean. And I was just like, oh, okay, I don't want that, but sure. Well, my orthopedic surgeon was like, you know what, let's just do 1 month. 1 month of physical therapy, twice a week. Let's try that, because I don't want to just jump into surgery. And he's like, the chances of you actually needing surgery are very slim and very small. That let out such a sigh of relief for me, you guys. I was just like, oh, thank goodness. Like, I do not want to have surgery. And he's like, yeah, it's 50-50 right now. And I looked at him and I was just like, huh? What do you mean 50-50? You just said it was so slim and so small. What do you mean? And he was just like, yeah, 50-50 is small. And I was like, no, it's not. It's 50-50. And he's like, well, I guess if you're a glass half empty type of girl. And I looked at him jokingly and I was like, yeah, I am. I'm not really, but for this, I kind of was, because I was told to mentally go into it as having to have surgery. So that's what I was mentally preparing for. I was literally preparing my job to be without me until they hired someone else to replace the other assistant that left, and then also having to find my temporary substitute while I was gone as well. And I was just running myself ragged. I wanted everything ordered for the office. I wanted everything in place for the next girl so she could find it all. I wanted it to just be such a smooth transition for them. And so the fact that I can finally breathe for at least a month, just knowing okay, this is great. I can still work. I can still accept my promotion at work. I can still, be the best version of myself there, given I am one less leg there. I don't know. I'm just very, very happy right now because my finances are going to be stable still, and my job isn't going to have to stress out. And I'm just that's the kind of person I am, you guys. I don't put everything into what I only care about. I put my all into everything I am invested in. And my job, even though there's days where I'm just like, man, I really don't want to be here, I still put 100% of my ounce of being into that place, because that's where I'm at for a majority of my week. You spend a majority of your life at work rather than you do at home with your own family, kids, pets, anything. So you need to make it a more fun and enjoyable environment. Make it something that you want to surround yourself with. And so that's what I do. Every time I'm there, I give it my all. I am just as bubbly and chatty with my coworkers as they will allow it. And I try to be the best version of myself whenever it comes to assisting my doctor chair side. Because I want those patients to come back. I want them to be like, hey, what was your name again? I really like you. And if I need another root canal, I want to make sure you're the one by the doctor's side. And that's like always just a really nice feeling, knowing that I left that much of like a mark on someone that they would love to see me again underneath that circumstance. Root canals are not fun, let's admit it. No one wants to go to the dentist and hear like, hey, yeah, you need a root canal, because everyone thinks it's such a horrible thing to get done. Honestly, dentistry has come such a long ways, especially at my job. We just do things so differently. It's so straightforward. A majority of the time our patients are asleep. Like they literally just fall asleep. It's not like we put them to sleep. They just fall asleep. That's how relaxed they are. So I just always want everyone that comes in to see my doctor and I want them to have the best experience possible. And that also goes for me when it comes to Twitch streaming. Like I want to be the best version of myself when it comes to entertainment. Whenever people join my chat to just hang out with me, watch me literally lose a game, because I'm not the best at video games, but I'm there for the fun, and I'm there to be the best version of myself to keep people wanting to come back and hang out with me again. And that being said, I actually just reached Twitch affiliated a few days ago, and to celebrate, I did a giveaway last night, because what I mainly stream is Fortnite. And so if anybody that listens to my podcast wants to come hang out with me on Twitch, I try to stream every single day. It's usually probably around 7 or 7:30, but I mainly stream Fortnite. Sometimes I'll stream other games. It just depends. And every now and then I'll do some V-Bucks giveaways. I'll do some gift card giveaways so that you can go and buy yourself new skins, new merch, new emotes in Fortnite. But I had a very successful turnout last night. I had, I think, about like 25 people tune in. Overall, I think I had like 50 in and out viewers of that stream last night, which was like a very huge goal for me, because I haven't had that number yet. And I successfully gave away 4 gift cards yesterday. It was just amazing. It was such a good turnout. It was so much fun. I loved meeting new people last night and just hanging out with new people in the chat. It was just great. I had some subscribers too, so that's just amazing. And that's like another goal I set for myself. And what I'm really trying to say is you can do anything your heart desires. If you truly want to achieve something and be the best version of you at it, all you gotta do is do it. Seriously. You just have to put your best foot forward and go for it. I took a situation of my ankle being busted and I turned it into, okay, what can I pick up as a hobby and make it something that I'm going to be the best at for myself? Not that I'm trying to compete with anyone, because I really don't care to. I don't compete with anyone other than myself. And I always challenge myself to be like even better than I was the day before. How can I do this to improve? How can I do this to be more successful? I am constantly challenging myself. And so if you're ever wondering like, oh man, like I just don't really know. I'm in a slump. I feel like I'm not really, I don't feel like I'm doing much to give to anything. Okay, challenge yourself. Why not? Like, hey, you did great yesterday. Let's see how we can beat that. Do it. Like right now with my podcast, I have received a few new followers on my YouTube channel. I think that's amazing. So thank you guys for that too. I never really set a goal with my podcast other than this was just supposed to be strictly a hobby. But my goal has been, I'm not going to give up. Every single weekend, I have to post something. Unless it comes with absolute, like, I just cannot. If it's just to the point where I'm like, I physically am so drained, I cannot post anything, I at least post on my Instagram to let you guys know. But my new goal is do not go a whole, don't go a week at all without posting. And it's just fun. It's challenging to myself. I love being an active person. I love pushing myself to do new things. I love pushing myself to get better at doing new things. Like video games, I am not good at those. I'm not. No, you tune into a Twitch channel, I am dead a majority of the time that I'm on the screen. And my team is absolutely carrying me. But it's just fun. I'm there for the vibes. I'm there for the chats. I'm there for the memories. And I mean, that goes without saying. It can be anything. If you're ever thinking about picking up a new hobby and you want to push yourself like outside of the box and try something completely out of your comfort zone, do it. Just do it. What do you have to lose? If you don't end up liking it, oh well, pick something else. You don't have to commit to the first thing you try. Lucky for me, I tried Twitch streaming and I just absolutely fell in love with it, and it's great and it's nice, and I don't know, it's something that I can do while my ankle is healing, but it gives me that sense of like achievement at the same time, because I'm not able to do a whole lot right now on my feet. And that's okay. I'm healing. I am trying to get better, so whenever I am fully healed, I can be even more of myself. I'm going to continue to keep challenging myself, and I think you should too. I think you should always strive to be better. Be the best version of yourself and then do better. I think everyone should do that. I think it's great. And oh gosh, you guys, I'm looking back at my week and I'm just kind of amazed at myself. I'm not even gonna lie. I really impressed myself this last week. I mean, my ankle has been just flaring up, and I mean, oh my goodness, what was it? 2 days ago at work, I actually cried. We hired a new girl, and she actually ended up no call, no showing, which is fine, whatever. I mean, it wasn't fine, but like it is what it is. So I was just trying to get this whole place caught up. I was trying to make sure the patients were on time, and excuse me. Thankfully, my manager was there to help me too. Thankfully, my boss was, lending a helping hand. He was carrying instruments I couldn't carry because I was back on my crutches last week. I mean, my ankle it was really bad. And I planted my foot down, not wrong, but I just planted it down, taking a step forward. And for whatever reason, the back of my ankle, sharp stabbing pains just occurred instantly. And I stopped in my tracks and I bursted out into tears. And that's when I knew. I was like, I am definitely pushing myself beyond my limits. But like, I am not going to quit. I'm not going to stop. And a lot of y'all are probably like, girl, you're crazy. You need to listen to your body. I know. And I did. I told my manager, I was like, I'm crying right now, and I'm trying to clean myself up. Can you help me grab this patient? I just need to sit down for a moment. So I have been listening to my body. Do not worry. But I'm just looking back at this week, I'm just amazed at how I kept pushing through. And even though I was in pain, and even though I was, shorthanded at work, I still pushed myself to give the best customer service. I still had people asking me, hey, what was your name again? I know you said it earlier, but I forgot. What was your name? I want to see you next time, and I loved that, because I'm like, wow, I mean, it really is just all about how you choose to handle that moment. And for me, I kept choosing to be optimistic, and I kept choosing to find the happiness in everything. I kept choosing, how can I make this person's day better? Because that would make me happy, and that would make my day better. And I just thought that was crazy, like I was getting home from 6:30 at night to 8 o'clock at night. I worked 46 hours this last week alone, and usually our schedule is only 32 hours. And so I really, really pushed myself. And yeah, I still made time to come home and be with my husband, be with my dogs, and make time to stream like video games. Like, it was just crazy. And here I am now recording a podcast. Like, you really can do whatever your heart desires. And I just don't think that I can express that enough. And so I hope after hearing this episode, you truly just look within and you're like, you know what, maybe it's time for me to challenge myself. What should I pick up next? Should I push myself to be better at something I'm already invested in? Or should I pick up a new hobby or task or challenge and just go for it? What should I do? I really hope that this episode gets you thinking and gets you wondering, how can I improve in this aspect of life? And how can I be my better self? And with that being said, I know today is kind of a much shorter episode, but I do want to go ahead and leave off with like an inspirational quote. And that quote is, talent might make you good, but it's your attitude and work ethic that will make you great. And that is just so, so true. I mean, yes, you can have all the talent in the world, but if your attitude sucks, if your work ethic sucks, I mean, is the outcome really going to be that great? So just think on that and think on that quote. And I hope that if you're feeling stumped and you just feel like you are at your wit's end and you're like, man, I just don't feel like there's anything else for me to actually do to better this area of my life, challenge yourself. Push yourself further and have an amazing attitude while doing it. It really does. It does make a world of a difference. And so, with that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Make sure you have my post notification button turned on so that way you are alerted anytime that I post next. And I will hang out with y'all then. Bye!